Hello, writers! Fantastic books on how to write them here. So, what the heck are we talking about today? Therapy. Hold on. Sit back down. Sit back down. Give me a second to explain. I'm not about to try to give you counseling over YouTube, okay? I'm not a licensed therapist. I do have a degree in psychology, but I am not licensed, so won't go down that path. So, bear with me, okay? Disclaimer though, y'all need therapy. I need therapy, you need therapy, your mother needs therapy, that guy down the street needs therapy. We all need therapy. Everyone's got something going on, okay? All right, out of the way, done. So, why the heck am I talking about therapy? Because writing is a form of therapy. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, so she's talking about journaling, right? Well, yes, that is part of it, but that's not the only thing I'm talking about. But let's start there because that's where the mind will automatically go, right? And if you've ever been to a therapist, then you probably have been asked to keep a journal. That's pretty common. Sometimes that happens in writing classes too. And you may have been asked to do like a free flow thought exercise where you just write down the very first thing that comes to your head, even if it's something like, why am I doing this? This is dumb. This is a waste of time. Whatever, right? So journaling is a pretty basic way of getting out thoughts and feelings. And I do recommend it. Just because it's basic doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I highly recommend it. But that's not the only form of writing that is therapeutic. Again, writing as an activity is therapeutic. So it's not just about journaling. It can also be blogging, which is something I like to do. And I know blogging is very similar to journaling, depending on how you format your writing on it. Some people like to just blog about something that they're an expert in, where some people like to be a little more personal with it, which is what I like to do. But writing poetry can be therapeutic, right? When you're writing a poem, you could be writing about something completely made up, right? You could be writing a poem about fairies, for instance. But the thoughts that you are expressing as you're writing it and the emotions that you are feeling as you write it, right? It's coming out as you're writing that poem. Same thing for a short story. Maybe you're writing a short story about, this is going to be bad because it's completely off the cuff, a gnome who makes shoes, a gnome cobbler. Now I want to write a story about a gnome cobbler, but maybe that's what you're doing, which is really unrelated to your life. But again, while you're doing that, what are the thoughts and the feelings that you are having that are then becoming expressed in some way through that writing? And the same for writing a book. And I'll say for me, I probably get the most out of blogging, but then like a quick runner up though would be when I'm working on my books. A lot of my emotion, a lot of my inner self comes out in my books. And it could be hard for a reader to tell where that is. For instance, the one that I'm working on right now, which is basically a kind of pseudo zombie story, you may be thinking, okay, where the heck is Beth's emotion and thoughts coming through here? The main character is institutionalized. Maybe that's not a good thing. Before you start getting worried about my mental health, no, it's not that it has to be a one for one, right? But the character experiences anxiety, experiences feelings of confusion and loss. Those are all feelings that I've had. Those are feelings you've probably had too. Circling back to relatability there. So those are the forms that I find the most helpful, but it's going to be a little bit different for every writer, right? Everyone's got a different style of writing. Everyone's got a different format that they prefer to write in. I mean, screenplays are another place, right? You can get out your thoughts and feelings in screenplays. I think what I'm really trying to get at here is that we put a lot more of ourselves into our writing than we realize, but it is that act that makes it therapeutic. So sound off in the comments. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think this is just a bunch of BS? You tell me. Until next time.